Welcome to World Coin Rare, your ultimate destination for discovering hidden treasures in pocket change. Today, we'll uncover the top 4 rare and valuable USA quarter-dollar coins that collectors dream of owning. Let's get started. First up, the 1965 United States quarter dollar is one of the most fascinating coins in modern American numismatics. Although it may appear ordinary at first glance, this transitional coin carries tremendous historical and collector significance. Its popularity arises from being the very first quarter produced after the U.S. Mint abandoned silver for a copper-nickel-clad composition, marking the end of an era in American coinage. While many examples circulate in poor or dirty condition, certain rare varieties and well-preserved specimens make this coin highly desirable today. Collectors are drawn not only to its role in American monetary history, but also to the potential for discovering rare transitional errors that can dramatically raise its value. The coin was minted in 1965 at the Philadelphia Mint, which at that time did not use a mint mark. Its production was directly tied to the Coinage Act of 1965, a critical piece of legislation passed during a nationwide coin shortage. Rising silver prices had made it impractical for the U.S. Mint to continue striking silver coins, and hoarding of earlier 90% silver quarters had further reduced circulation. The 1965 quarter was the solution, a copper core bonded to a copper-nickel outer layer, designed to preserve the appearance of silver while reducing costs. As the first non-silver quarter in U.S. history, this issue represents a turning point in both monetary policy and coin collecting. The obverse of the 1965 quarter features the familiar bust of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan in 1932 to commemorate the bicentennial of Washington's birth. The reverse depicts a bald eagle, wings spread, perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches below, a powerful symbol of both strength and peace. The clad composition introduced in this year is notable, a 91.67% copper core with a 8.33% nickel outer layer. Measuring 24.3 millimeters in diameter and weighing 5.67 grams, the 1965 quarter retained the traditional specifications of earlier silver quarters, but the lack of a mint mark and the new metal composition make it instantly recognizable for collectors. In circulated or dirty condition, the 1965 quarter is quite common since hundreds of millions were struck to meet circulation needs. However, what elevates its rarity is the small number of transitional error coins, those accidentally struck on leftover 90% silver planchets from 1964. These silver-based 1965 quarters are extremely scarce and command high premiums when authenticated. Even within the clad issues, finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition can be a challenge, especially given the heavy use in commerce. Dirty or well-worn examples may not carry much value, but high-grade or silver error specimens are truly rare finds. For most circulated 1965 clad quarters, the market value is relatively modest, often only slightly above face value unless they are in uncirculated condition. High-grade mint state examples certified by professional grading services can sell for $200 to $2,000, depending on strike quality and preservation. Transitional silver error coins, however, are where the true value lies. Authenticated pieces have realized prices from $4,000 to over $7,500 at auctions, depending on condition and provenance. Market trends indicate that these errors continue to appreciate as more collectors and investors seek out transitional varieties from this pivotal year. Collectors prize the 1965 quarter because it represents a watershed moment in U.S. coinage history. The excitement of possibly finding a rare silver error in circulation adds to its mystique. Those who pursue the Washington Quarter series often regard 1965 as a necessary acquisition, with the added challenge of securing high-grade examples. The appeal lies not only in its scarcity, but also in the narrative it carries, bridging the era of silver coinage with the modern clad coinage system still in use today. For collectors seeking a valuable 1965 quarter, attention to detail is essential. Carefully checking the coin's weight is a reliable method of identifying a silver error. 90% silver quarters weigh about 6.25 grams, compared to the 5.67 grams of clad coins. Certification by grading services such as PCGS or NGC is crucial for establishing authenticity and market trust. Storage should involve protective holders or slabs to prevent further wear, especially if the coin is in higher grade. Collectors are advised to purchase from reputable dealers, attend coin shows, or participate in numismatic auctions to increase the chances of finding a genuine error or high-quality specimen. In summary, the 1965 United States quarter dollar without a mint mark stands as more than just pocket change. It embodies a defining transition in American coinage. While the majority of circulated and dirty examples hold little premium, the rare silver transitional errors elevate this coin into the realm of numismatic treasure. Its historical significance, combined with the thrill of uncovering a scarce variety, ensures its enduring appeal. Whether viewed as an investment, a symbol of American history, or a collector's prize, the 1965 quarter continues to hold a special place in the world of U.S. coin collecting. Next up, the 1970 D. Washington quarter occupies a unique and paradoxical space in American numismatics. While not inherently rare in a general sense, its significance is magnified by its status as a poignant finale and a crucial transitional piece. This coin represents the very last regular issue 25-cent piece struck in 90% silver for circulation, marking the definitive end of an era that began with the Coinage Act of 1965. For collectors, the pursuit of a high-grade 1970 D specimen is driven by this historical weight. It is the closing chapter of the silver quarter, making it highly sought after not for its mintage figures, but for its symbolic position at the crossroads of American monetary history. Its appeal is profound among both series completists and investors who appreciate coins that tell a definitive story. The 1970 D quarter was struck amidst a period of profound economic transition. The nationwide coin shortage of the mid-1960s, driven by the hoarding of silver coins as the metal's value surpassed the coin's face value, led to the demise of silver in circulating coinage. From 1965 to 1967, quarters were minted in a copper-nickel-clad composition with no mint marks. As a compromise to collectors, the U.S. Mint resumed minting 40% silver quarters in 1968, but these were only available in special mint sets and proof sets sold directly to collectors. The 1970 D, however, was different. It was struck in 80% silver, not 90%, and was the very last of these special silver issues intended for collectors, produced solely at the Denver Mint. It was never released into general circulation, meaning every example was saved by a collector, yet high-grade specimens remain elusive. The obverse of the coin features the iconic left-facing profile of George Washington designed by John Flanagan, which had been used since 1932. The reverse depicts a heraldic eagle with wings outstretched, clutching a bundle of arrows and an olive branch, a design also by Flanagan. What makes the 1970 D technically special is its composition. Unlike the copper-nickel-clad coins in circulation, it is composed of an 80% silver and 20% copper core, bonded to outer layers of 20% silver and 80% copper, giving it a total silver content of 40%. This gives the coin a distinct weight, 5.75 grams, and a specific, mellower ring when struck compared to the common clad coinage. In high grades, its luster is noticeably different from the brighter, whiter appearance of nickel. The official mintage for the 1970 D quarter was 2,150,000 coins, a number that seems high but is remarkably low compared to the billions of circulating quarters minted before and after. Its rarity is not in its existence, but in its condition. Since all were sold directly to collectors, many were mishandled, stored in non-archival albums, or simply tossed into jars, leading to bag marks, toning, and wear. Consequently, finding a specimen in true mint state, MS, condition, especially MS 65 or higher, is a significant challenge. The population reports from grading services like PCGS and NGC show a steep decline in numbers at the highest grade levels, MS 66 and MS 67, making those top-tier coins exceptionally rare and valuable. A very dirty example would likely grade low, severely impacting its numismatic value. The market value for a 1970 D quarter is entirely dependent on its condition and certification. A circulated or very dirty, uncertified example might be worth little more than its melt value, which fluctuates, but is typically around $300 to $400. However, a certified example in MS 63 might command $1,500 to $2,500, while an MS 65 can fetch between $5,000 and $7,500. The true premium is for the finest known examples. Coins graded MS 66 can sell for $9,000 to $9,500, and the rare MS 67 specimens have realized auction prices exceeding $11,500. This dramatic price escalation underscores the numismatic premium placed on pristine condition. The value is driven by its historical bookend status and the extreme difficulty of finding a coin that survived the last 50-plus years without any imperfections. For a collector seeking a high-quality 1970 D quarter, certification is non-negotiable. Only purchase examples that have been graded and encapsulated by leading services like PCGS or NGC. This guarantees authenticity, confirms the silver composition, and objectively assesses the condition. Carefully review the coin's surfaces under good light, even in its holder, to ensure the strike is sharp and the surfaces are original and unblemished by cleaning or adverse toning. Acquire from reputable sources such as major numismatic auction houses, established dealers with strong reputations, or trusted transactions within collector communities. Proper storage is key. Even a certified coin should be kept in a climate-controlled environment away from light and humidity to preserve its state. The 1970 D Washington quarter is far more than a piece of currency. It is a tangible artifact of a pivotal moment when America fully severed its everyday currency from intrinsic silver value. Its worth lies in a powerful combination of historical finality, relative scarcity, and top condition, and its palpable aesthetic difference from the coins that followed. It appeals to the historian, the artist, and the investor within the numismatic community. As the last of its kind, its narrative power ensures its desirability will only grow, solidifying its place as a cornerstone of any advanced collection of modern U.S. coinage and a testament to the end of the silver era. Next up, the 1971 D United States quarter dollar holds a unique place in modern American numismatics. While not the oldest or most historically celebrated quarter, it stands out due to its role in a changing era of U.S. coinage and its growing appeal among collectors today. The Denver D mint mark makes it especially noteworthy, as this facility was responsible for producing millions of circulation coins that often show heavy wear. Despite its common circulation numbers, pristine or unusual examples, particularly those with errors or surviving in top grades, have become highly sought after. Even in dirty or heavily circulated condition, such coins can capture interest because they serve as accessible entry points for collectors fascinated by U.S. quarters of the late 20th century. The 1971 D quarter emerged at a time when American coinage was firmly rooted in the copper-nickel-clad composition, following the nationwide phase-out of silver in circulating quarters in 1965. This marked the continuation of the Washington Quarter series, which had begun in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. The Denver Mint, located in Colorado, struck an immense volume of these coins in 1971, helping to fuel the needs of a growing U.S. economy during a period of inflation and shifting monetary policies. The 1971 issues also reflect broader cultural changes in America, as coins from this period circulated during an era defined by social movements, post-Vietnam War adjustments, and the country's technological modernization. The design of the 1971 D quarter stayed true to the Washington quarter tradition. On the obverse, sculptor John Flanagan profile of George Washington dominates, with the inscriptions "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the date, 1971 beneath. The D mint mark is placed just to the right of the bow in Washington's ponytail, signifying its Denver origin. The reverse depicts the majestic heraldic eagle with wings spread, clutching arrows and an olive branch, an enduring symbol of strength and peace. Struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition over a pure copper core, the coin measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter and weighs 5.67 grams. In circulated and dirty condition, much of its luster and fine detail may be lost, yet the durability of the clad material allows it to survive decades of circulation. In sheer numbers, the 1971 D quarter is far from rare, with over 250 million struck. However, rarity arises not from general availability, but from condition and variety. Coins that remain in mint state, MS-65 or higher, are far scarcer than heavily circulated examples, and they command strong premiums at auction. Varieties and minting errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or clipped planchets, can transform an ordinary quarter into a highly valuable piece. Collectors often stress that a coin in dirty or worn condition holds primarily sentimental and historical value unless it exhibits one of these rare varieties, in which case even an unattractive surface might not prevent it from being a desirable acquisition. In today's numismatic market, a standard 1971 D quarter in dirty or well-circulated condition typically carries only modest value, often between 25 cents and a few dollars, depending on collector interest and demand. However, coins preserved in exceptional condition, certified by grading services as MS-66 or MS-67, can fetch prices between $1,500 and $5,000, with some rarer high-grade specimens surpassing those ranges. Special error coins or highly unusual examples have been known to sell for several $1,000s in auction settings. The spread between common circulated values and premium certified examples demonstrates how condition and rarity dramatically influence the coin's market worth. For collectors seeking a 1971 D quarter, the key lies in careful examination and grading. Checking for sharp details on Washington's hair, the eagle's feathers, and overall strike quality helps distinguish superior pieces from average circulated ones. Submitting promising coins to a professional grading service, such as PCGS or NGC, can provide assurance of quality and maximize resale value. Collectors are also advised to store their coins in protective holders or albums to prevent further tarnishing or damage, especially if the coin is already in compromised condition. Acquiring through reputable dealers, coin shows, or well-established online platforms ensures authenticity and avoids counterfeits, which can sometimes infiltrate the hobby. The charm of the 1971 D quarter lies not only in its value potential, but also in its role as a historical artifact of everyday American life. For seasoned numismatists, it offers the possibility of chasing high-grade or error varieties. For new hobbyists, it represents a coin that can still be found in circulation, making it both affordable and rewarding. Even a dirty, circulated specimen can serve as an engaging conversation piece, tying the owner to the broader story of U.S. coinage evolution during the 1970s. This broad appeal ensures that the 1971 D quarter maintains a steady presence in the collecting community. In sum, the 1971 D quarter dollar, though produced in massive quantities, carries enduring historical, aesthetic, and investment value for collectors. While a dirty, circulated piece may hold little monetary worth on its own, examples with pristine surfaces or minting anomalies command significant premiums and capture numismatic attention. Its design, heritage, and association with the Washington Quarter Series make it a staple for both casual and advanced collectors. Whether held for its historical context, artistic merit, or investment potential, this coin continues to demonstrate why U.S. quarters of the modern era remain an essential component of American numismatics. Next up, the 1972 D Washington Quarter, a coin often overlooked in circulation, holds a paradoxical position in numismatics. While billions of its series were minted, the pursuit of this specific issue in exceptional condition represents a classic and sophisticated challenge for collectors. Its appeal lies not in a tiny mintage, but in the extreme difficulty of finding examples that survive the economic turmoil of the early 1970s without significant wear and damage. A high-grade 1972 D quarter is a testament to preservation over scarcity, making it highly sought after by specialists in the Washington Quarter Series and those who appreciate the nuances of condition rarity. The market demand for this coin is bifurcated. Heavily circulated examples are face value items, while those grading mint state 66 or higher command significant premiums, transforming a common piece of currency into a valuable numismatic artifact. Struck at the Denver Mint amid a period of profound economic transition, the 1972 D-quarter was produced in massive quantities, over 311 million pieces, to facilitate everyday commerce during a time of high inflation. This coin is a product of the post-1964 era, when the U.S. Mint ceased producing silver circulating coinage and transitioned to a copper-nickel-clad composition. Historically, it is a direct descendant of the original 1932 Washington quarter, designed by John Flanagan to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. However, by 1972, the coin had become purely utilitarian, a workhorse of American commerce. Its production was not tied to any specific commemoration, but rather to the relentless demand of a growing economy, making any high-quality survivor a rare snapshot of a specific moment in American monetary history. The coin's obverse features the iconic left-facing profile of George Washington, based on Jean-Antoine Houdon's bust, with the inscriptions "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the year 1972. The reverse depicts a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, a design adopted in 1976 but already in use on the quarter since 1932, clutching arrows and an olive branch, with the mottos United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, and quarter dollar. Its physical composition is a sandwich of copper-nickel cladding over a pure copper core, giving it a distinctive weight of 5.67 grams and a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. What makes a high-grade example visually special is the sharpness of detail, particularly the definition of the eagle's feathers on the reverse and the intricate lines in Washington's hair on the obverse. A fully struck coin will exhibit strong mint luster beneath the surfaces, a cartwheel effect that is often subdued or missing on lower-grade specimens. The extreme rarity of the 1972 D-quarter in premium grades is a direct result of condition and survival, not low mintage. Coins from this period were immediately fed into commerce and subjected to decades of abrasive handling. Finding one that avoided bag marks, abrasions, and wear is exceptionally difficult. While millions exist, the population reports from grading services like PCGS and NGC reveal that only a minuscule fraction, a few hundred examples, have achieved the coveted grades of MS 66 and MS 67. In the world of modern numismatics, this is known as a condition census coin. Its rarity is defined by its state of preservation. A very dirty or heavily worn 1972 D-quarter is, for all practical purposes, worth its 25-cent face value. Its value is entirely contingent on a pristine state of preservation that belies its age and original abundance. The market value for a 1972 D-quarter is entirely dependent on its certified grade. A worn, circulated example has no numismatic value. However, a specimen graded MS 65 is worth approximately $1,500 to $2,500. The value increases exponentially from there. An MS 66 example can command between $5,000 and $7,000, while the pinnacle, an MS 67, is a genuine rarity with auction records ranging from $8,000 to over $9,500, depending on the quality of the strike and the attractiveness of the surfaces and luster. The value is driven by its status as a condition rarity and its necessity for top-tier registry sets. Unlike a coin with a known error or a low mintage, its price is sustained by dedicated collectors competing for the finest known examples, a dynamic that ensures strong and stable appreciation for coins at the very top of the population reports. For a collector seeking a high-value 1972 D-quarter, certification by either PCGS or NGC is non-negotiable. Raw coin, especially one that appears uncirculated, is incredibly risky due to the potential for hidden imperfections, cleaning, or improper handling. When evaluating a certified coin, look for a green or gold CAC sticker, which indicates the coin meets or exceeds the quality standards for its assigned grade. Focus on coins with original, unadulterated surfaces and strong cartwheel luster. Acquire this coin through reputable numismatic auction houses, established dealers with strong reputations, or trusted transactions within numismatic communities. Proper storage is critical. Even a high-grade coin must be kept in a climate-stable environment within its inert plastic holder to preserve its value. The 1972 D. Washington quarter embodies a fundamental numismatic truth. Rarity is not defined by mintage alone. Its significance is derived from its role as a common coin that is uncommonly difficult to find in a state of pristine preservation. It offers immense historical value as a relic of America's clad coinage era and tremendous aesthetic value when found with full mint luster and sharp strikes. For the astute collector, it represents both a formidable challenge and a sound investment. Its appeal spans from series specialists completing high-grade sets to investors who understand that the value of condition rarities remains robust over time. As top-quality examples become increasingly harder to find, the 1972 D quarter status as a modern numismatic treasure is assured, promising continued relevance and appreciation for generations to come.